Hi guys, Clever Joe here. Welcome back to the cabin. For those of you who follow the channel, you know that I've had a bear attack my beehives twice. The second time I was here and confronted the bear with the neighbors. I spent the day working on the beehives, getting the electric fence up. It's still not quite finished, but we'll get to that hopefully finished tomorrow. I wanted to just talk a little bit about the different kinds of wildlife that we have up here at the property. Obviously we have bears and, we do have some predators out there. So just thought I'd chat a little bit about that while dinner is cooking up. As I mentioned in the last video, I've known for years that, we're in bear country. I have a neighbor who 2 miles through the woods, on the other side of the woods, he has beehives, and he's had a bear go through his hives a number of times until he finally got it figured out. That was a few years back, and we haven't had any bear reports in this area in, probably 10 years or so. But I know that they're around. Obviously, they're, Ron Baramy, he's here. So what other type of animals do we have? Raccoons. Everybody has raccoons, of course. But up here, as you can see in the footage here, these raccoons just converged on my beehives after the bear attacks. And, oops, light went out. I've got this new motion, there we go. I've got this new motion sensor light. Make sure I talk like an Italian and wave my hands every once in a while. I digress. After the 2 bear attacks, these raccoons just converged on those beehives, and you can see in the footage there, it seems like every raccoon in the neighborhood came out and they were, just having a smorgasbord. They actually ate through the bottom of one of my colonies, through the bottom board, and that's the way they access the hives. Now, I have my hives up on a hive stand, and what that does is usually, it forces the raccoons or skunks to get up on their hind legs to get up at, at that hive entrance. And then the bees, of course, have access to their bellies, to expose their bellies, to sting them in their exposed bellies. But anyway, so I'm dealing with raccoons. I can't wait to see the first raccoon try the bait on that fence once it's up and running, and hopefully that'll teach them a lesson and they'll all just forget about it. Other interesting things though, we do have eagles in the area. I have not seen one yet. I lived out on the West Coast for a little while, out in BC, and one of my favorite things to do at the end of the day was to go for a walk down to the end of our street, and it was right on the ocean, and just watch the eagles. That was how I ended my day. I love them. They have made a big resurgence in this area, and I have yet to see one. All my neighbors have seen one. There's been reports of them in a city nearby that, oh yeah, like they're downtown, and I haven't seen one. I will. Hopefully by the end of the summer I will. Bobcats. We have our share of bobcats here. I've caught a number of them on video over the years. Probably the most exciting was when I caught a mother with her 2 kittens. They just did this, great walk right in front of the camera. I'll show some footage here now. I almost hate to share this story, but one of my neighbors actually found one of those baby bobcats tangled up in his raspberry bush. Happens, right? I've seen them not just on the trail cams, but I've actually seen them on my property and seen them across the creek as well. We also have our share of wolves and coyotes. Clever Joe here. I'm not so clever when it comes to identifying species, especially if I'm not seeing them right in front of me. I can never figure out on, whether I've got a wolf or a coyote on my trail cam. If they were standing right next to each other, sure, I'd be able to tell. I'd be like, yeah, the wolf is the big one, right? I know, I Google it from time to time, and I know one has sort of a droopy tail and a little bit more of a hunchback, but to see them just on their own, I am never sure. All I know is I have wolves and bobcats on my trail cam. We have our share of course, rabbits and snakes up here is a big one. Black rat snakes. I don't know how many times I've come across black rat snakes up here at the cabin. Holy shit. The craziest time was when I was in my hammock and I heard this big crash, and I thought that it was a tree branch, and I thought, oh geez, what, like a big branch came falling into the tree nearby. And it was 2 snakes all coiled up, wrapped up, and I'm still not sure if they were fighting or like having sex. the internet told me both. I had comment. You can go see the video. You can look it up. But I had both comments on the both types of comments on the videos. People saying, "Oh, they're absolutely mating," and then other people saying, "Absolutely not. There's a female nearby, and they're fighting over this female." Oh shit! Right at him. I'm not a snake expert.
One pair of pants later.
I like to, snakes kind of scare the hell out of me a little bit. When I come across them and I'm about to step on them and they go, wah! Yeah, they startle me, I guess. They don't scare me, but I'm not a snake guy. I'm certainly not any kind of snake expert. But I always kind of like to, it's my kind of personal courage building thing. I always try and touch their butt, touch their snake little butt. Actually, I don't know where their butt is, but touch their, I try to touch them. It sounds kind of creepy, I know, touching snakes in the forest. It's just funny. Woo! Lots of other wildlife, of course, but those are the big ones and the most exciting ones. Once again, hopefully I don't actually, meet up with bears all the time from now on, especially, with the beehives. They're, my bees are they're the most important thing for me up here. So I guess I forgot to mention the bees. The bees they're plentiful even without my honeybees. There's all kinds of different bees up here, whether they're native to Canada or not. Honeybees are not, of course. They were imported from Europe way back when. But lots of excitement up here, and I just hope I don't see a bear tonight, and I hope Ron does not come back before I get that fence up. Let's eat some dinner, call it a night, and get back at that fence tomorrow and finish up.
Welcome to Camping with Steve. I built a fake bear trap that I can crawl into and sleep inside of.
No bears overnight, no bears today. I'll be finishing up that electric fence over the next few days, and let's hope that old Ron Bearme doesn't make another appearance, at least for a little while, until we get that fence baited and make sure that we teach him a lesson, get him educated. As always, if you like this type of content, like the video or subscribe if you like. I'm Clever Joe, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, happy off-grading. I just wanted to touch him.